Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining. This is the Ars Victor Developer Stream. We are featuring Byron versus Jackson. That's Jackson, a.k.a. Jacksonius, you'll see on the screen, and Byron, a.k.a. Runt the Large. And joining me today to help commentate this match is Steve-O, the designer of Ars Victor.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
So Byron and Jackson are two veterans of AV, but they haven't played in a while. This is one of the first times they've played this version of the game, but they're very familiar with all the rules, and so they should be making veteran level decisions. We'll definitely call out if they don't.
Yeah, I got the chance to play Jackson a few weeks for the first time, him playing in a while, and I actually managed to win, which normally doesn't happen. But it was probably just the random armies, honestly. I don't think any skill I had anything to do with it. He kind of had a trash army. So they can start doing the Vanguard. I don't know, how do we tell them to start doing the Vanguard and start talking about it?
All right, let's see.
So we're watching Jackson Vanguard here.
Strategy of my favorite strategy of placing. Oh wait, so Byron can hear me.
Yeah.
I'll always place a mortar where it can cover 2 points. It is for sure my favorite.
Classic. I've definitely seen Jackson do that. So for a little more on the intro, Jackson was the winner of a $500 AV tournament one year. I think 2013, maybe 14. And Byron has been tournament staff at quite a few AV tabletop tournaments. So yeah, these are guys that have digested a lot of games of Ars Victor.
Yeah, they're both really experienced players, although possibly a bit rusty. And they've gotten a really interesting setup here. So we're looking at Jackson's side. Now, these armies in the current build, in the current version of the game, they're all randomly generated. They're 80-point armies. And the way that works is if you see the two numbers at the top of the screen, the 26 and the 27, the way this works is each player gets 80 points. Those points are mostly spent on the units that they start with, and anything they don't spend ends up as their starting glory. Now, throughout the game, as you kill enemy units, as you occupy those purple hexes in the middle,
I think that's reasonable.
you'll be knocking down your enemy's glory by doing those things. So basically, it's a race to see who can knock out who first through a combination of killing enemy units, holding those cap points, and also the headquarters. So you'll see, if you're looking at Jackson's right down there, the big beefy naked dudes with two axes. You see the little flag right below that? That is the indicator that that's his headquarters. Thing that at the beginning of every turn. So it's actually Runt Vanguarding.
Or lighting a brute.
And we've been watching.
Because Jackson has done Vanguarding. We flipped around to watch
the cavalry are.
Oh, okay. So I can't see. I have to watch this.
TV satellite dish operational.
It's a very short delay.
Okay.
That's a good.
All right.
Push ahead.
So Rhett had us an interesting army. You see, the map has a lot of stuff on it. So the maps are randomly generated now. This one happens to have a lot of terrain, and there's a handful of units in the game that do really well in terrain.
Yeah.
Two of those units that you see are the big, beefy, naked guys with axes, and the crouchy figures with the green cloaks. Those two types of units actually have skills that mitigate the effects of terrain. So, like pound for pound, they're more effective. Whereas other units are generally impeded or worsened by terrain
compared
to varying levels. The other things you want to keep. The other thing you want to keep an eye on is Runt's army is he's got a couple of jump units. You'll see the sword that he's just got selected, and little jump packs, how they float up. So those jump guys, anytime they jump into terrain, they have what's called a hazard roll. You can possibly lose a couple of units when you jump into terrain. So in looking at Runt's forces, you can see he's got a couple of pieces, those lights and those brutes that he just vanguarded with, that'll actually do really well in the terrain. But he's also got a couple of jumps, including his headquarters. His headquarters is that red flag jump unit. They're going to have a problem. Mike, you want to talk about Jackson's?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to point out that the way this
Needed a
terrain is
full
laid out,
spread.
the jumps might actually be okay because there's enough little paths in between these big spots of terrain where they could find
Wings and
places
the
to
heavy
land.
2++.
Jumps are at risk when they go land in terrain.
Risk.
They have to make a hazard roll, and it could damage them.
Remind myself
So we'll
of
see
the
how risky
terrain
Byron plays
features.
it.
That's a great point. That's a great
Hills
Forest
point.
does
not provide
everything.
cover.
But they do block.
So if I take a look at
Yes,
Jackson's
and impede
Vanguard, give me a
melee,
sec here.
and block line of sight, and
So he's
spread.
looking at his scavengers and mortars and are deployed on the left. He's going to use the scavengers probably to get up into that terrain and just hold things off. Scavengers are glass hammers. They're punchy,
Line of sight
but
is
they don't have
very
any damage
good.
mitigation capability. So they tend to be in the Vanguard, and if you're aggressive with them, they tend to die
that's a
early.
nasty terrain on my side.
Flip side is on the right side of Jackson's deployment. He's got his
have to
brutes,
click
which
on
are in
that
terrain,
next
so they're going to run up through that forest and try to occupy that city
All right.
that's in the purple hex. The jumps are pretty well positioned to jump over the forest and then on the next turn hoof it into the forest. Jumps have the option of walking one hex instead of jumping 2 hexes, and if they walk, they don't have to make that hazard roll as they enter terrain. So in those heavies opposite the jumps, Jackson does not fear them because there is so much terrain. He's going to be in terrain quite a bit, and those heavies don't have the field of fire they have from a heavy. They can shoot right down that corridor on Jackson's left in between the mountains and the mountain forest combo there, but they really can't see into the cap point in the middle. So it'll be interesting to see what Runt does there.
Let's see. Rough is everything but block.
Jackson's deployment of the mortar on the left is a classic Jackson move. A mortar gets put out in the Vanguard and it can hit 2 cap points. The range on that mortar is 4 and it has indirect fire, meaning it doesn't care about intervening terrain. And in particular, the cap point on the left does not provide cover. That's an important point. Hills do not provide cover, so the mortar is going to be able to get 1 red, 3 white dice if it fires on that cap point. If we look at Byron's, if we jump back over to Byron's side there, we can see that he's 1 move away. There it is. Yeah, there's the cavalry getting up there.
That's what cavalry does.
Ah, but you're not actually fighting.
Why would I attack a heavy guy?
Okay. So he moved the light instead of using the light to advance on that cap point on Runt's right.
Sounds like suicide to me.
He put them in cover. So they're in a city, but they can shoot across because the rough hex in front of the light on the right
I can't bug out when I attack.
does not block line of sight. So if Jackson puts a unit on that cap point, that light on the right is going to be able to attack it without any cover penalty.
Yeah, that was a good play. That was a pretty good play.
Yeah, I like that play. Okay, so Runt brings some jumps in to reinforce the center.
Oh my god, I have 5 different communication channels all yelling at me at once.
All right.
Heavy in the center. So there's a medium. The medium Marine is pretty versatile. It has both damage mitigation capability as well as the ability to stay put at the cost of hits. So it is you can use it for multiple purposes.
The wolf pack is hungry.
Heavies are similar, but they're more expensive and they do more damage.
Want to bug out?
And so the light just moved up and attacked, but it's attacking into cover.
No,
so all those dice. Oh no, I'm sorry. The light gets full dice when it attacks into cover.
You did not bug out, so it didn't turn all white. I think that's how bug out works.
Yeah, that just wasn't sure.
So the bug out choice there. Byron
Yeah.
decided not to bug out.
If I bugged out.
Yep. And it's exactly the same as if he bugged out.
I can take it.
There was a non-POW hit and a push, so Byron just took 2 pushes on that unit.
Well, I could do that alternatively. And jump can't walk 1.
Sorry, I'm experiencing technical difficulties. I'm restarting Discord.
When do we kill?
Yes.
Is that something for this? I thought they could
I
just walk
don't
one.
like running. The groundwalkers tremble.
Well, I can no longer confirm. I mean,
Yeah, it's been way
it
too
would, it
long.
would make sense. Yeah, I'm out of points to actually do that for them. Let's see.
That's an example. Yeah, he was. I guess he was selecting the unit after it already moved, but it should be able to hoof it into that cap point.
I'll follow you.
Yeah.
There
I'm
it
just
is.
having a hard
Okay.
I was
Dreams
considering
to-
holding off on taking that point just so you wouldn't get the swing with your own brutes, but hey,
I
brutes
can't
chopping each
attack you
other
with
up.
my
That's fine.
brutes because they're too far back.
Oh yes.
So
Well, it's a
Jackson
good thing
moves
that
up
I
and
didn't
grabs that cap point on the right.
Play overly
Back.
cautious then.
Yeah,
Hold
No,
hold back, waiting for you to take it.
I think you've got some serious advantage with terrain here. So
I think so. Yes. The second brute, the brute command.
yeah,
The
fact
lights,
that
I think, are okay.
I just don't have terrain units.
Yeah.
I don't even have mortars to get over stuff, and yeah,
It's going to be very. It's going to be challenging for you to hold those various points.
it's going to be challenging for me to hold or drive you off.
This is true.
Yeah, that's a good point
getting the
that
first move
Byron's
being
making right now.
player
with two
turn one
brutes.
is also an advantage.
In a board with this much terrain, you have an advantage over the side that only has one unit of brutes. All right, so now we're watching Byron.
The game's not telling me what I played.
I see you as a 5 diamond.
Okay,
Mhm.
it doesn't tell me which suit I played is the thing. So
Okay. Ah.
it tells me how much command points I had left, but not which card I played. Or if it
Somebody
does,
tell
I
him it's
missed
the
it.
one that's lit up.
Check.
Does it actually light up on my screen? Okay.
Oh,
Got it.
I try to be the first to swing. And hope for some.
Is
good
Jackson going to go
damage.
for that attack on the right?
I think it's over.
I wouldn't. I mean,
Yeah, I'd make him spend the
yeah.
point me off.
Darn.
I mean, he's got the points. He's got the cards to put his headquarters in that center cap point.
I'm torn between.
That to
keeping
me looks like the
pressure
strong
and-
move right here.
Agreed.
Everything blocks. Yeah, so it's okay.
Bloody. Which foot first?
There you go.
Very nice. So that is 2 cap points with brutes in terrain. That's pretty gnarly.
Sounds good.
So every
Yep,
turn those guys are
figure out
there,
what
they're
I'm-
going to bleed 1 glory from the opponent.
And because the headquarters in a cap point, it's going to bleed 1 more.
Oh, that is an HQ. Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, Runt definitely needs to start making some moves right here.
Like definitely an attack with brute. Looks like he's considering that since there's a big yellow card.
And going for it. And, ooh, so now Jackson has a choice. Does he stand fast? He took a hit and a push. He can turn that push into another hit.
Stay put. Fight back.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's taking it. Nice.
Yeah, good call.
I like
Goes
that
on
one
the
too.
counterattack. Ooh, and the counterattack
Ooh.
throws 2
Jeez,
skulls and a
well.
push.
That's pretty gnarly.
That was a pain train right there.
You want to stay
Yeah.
put?
That was
I
ugly.
kind of do, but I won't.
Yeah, I don't think there's
To
any
take
reason to
a
hold there.
third wound just for the privilege of not something.
Listen to
so
that
yeah.
smack talking.
For what it's not. So
he chose to only fall back one. So he chose to go ahead and take those 2 hits. The
I can
reason
see a
he
way I
did
can
that is so that
attack
he
you
can
over
step
here.
back up and punch that brute next turn if he wants to.
Yeah, that
If
was
he had
why
fallen
I
back
took the
twice,
risk.
he would not be able to
Yeah,
attack that
nobody
brute
could
on the
It's
swing
next
not.
turn.
immediately.
Well, it's not much risk. That's the thing.
Exactly, yeah.
Because
Normally, it would be a heck of a risk, but you can soak it, and it's the best possible terrain.
yeah. No.
Oh, that's aggressive.
I like that.
Okay.
Get aggressive with that
Might be
DACA.
able to
Those
shoot.
are big shots. So the heavies are basically mediums with increased firepower and range. So they have the same kind of flexibility in that they can mitigate damage by taking cover, and they can hold ground by standing fast.
Okay. Who would you like to adjust for? Okay.
Well, does that work or? Okay.
And it's my command card to play. All right. Let's see. Oh boy.
He's still got his assault in reserves. He must be holding them for an insertion.
Oh, it's just
Agreed.
1, 2.
I mean, if he wanted to go really ham, he could drop that assault into terrain
right?
right in front of his. I was going to say into terrain in front of his brutes or his jumps right there.
Oh, I
Yeah,
was going to
just-
say on the right in the clear,
I fight
that one
for
clear hex ahead of the
each
brute.
way.
Time to
Oh, yeah, that could be
walk
interesting.
in shadows.
Oh, I like that
Oh,
play. That's
Fear
aggressive.
our
Nice,
name.
nice.
Very nice. And now that brute has
what
both
does
the
it
cavalry
cost
and those
to
brutes
do
pinned.
insert? Okay,
Yeah.
no. How do I insert?
For the
Insertion
Emperor.
drop in the game. Does it take? But it's not available because
Yeah, he only has 1 command point left. That's why it's not available.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Always costs an extra action point to do.
Well, confirm with him that it's a matter of ordering both units, right?
So with
Okay.
only 1 CP, you can't do it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
You already activated the brutes though.
wrong brutes that I want to activate. It's more that I'm run out of points to do so. So I misjudged the cost of doing so.
Oh, it's
See if
also. I
those-
think it's because you've got
The sky
already
is
have 4
ours.
nukes out there already.
For nukes, so I can't go. Well, I'm currently
You can
using
only do
a,
4 of each suit.
No, that's not true.
I was bringing them in, would have brought
Yeah.
them in as diamonds, but yeah, I didn't know the total cost.
Oh, sorry, you
so-
played a diamond card. Never mind.
But I can
Go
make it
ahead.
work.
There was a hoof it. So he walked into
And
that
yes, it
terrain
seems
and
to
didn't
work
have to
fine
make the hazard
walk
roll.
into terrain.
All right. So Byron is playing. He's got 4 heavy
Bloody, bloody. Chop, chop, chop.
so he can get that brute attack going.
Ooh.
1 and 1.
A hit and a hit.
Are they both going to go down together?
Those brutes are getting down there, and brutes are worth 10
Yeah,
glory.
see, I don't see a highlighted thing on any of my cards that I played up here.
I see you as. Three of diamond.
I agree, but they're. Do you see my screen when there's nothing there highlighted?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, but it's not his turn right
you
now.
are
So
3 of diamond.
3 of
Yeah,
which
there would be
I
nothing
play.
highlighted. It's not his turn. It's Jackson's turn, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't see anything like that. So. Okay. I actually can't do anything then, can I?
Aside from bring anybody on? Nope, you are all on field. Ooh.
So. Oh, it did end my turn. It's your turn.
Oh, okay, very good.
I guess it did that automatically.
Ah, gosh. Should my brutes attack? I'm hoping. Your jump could go after them, but are not all terrain, and so that would be dicey.
Not that dicey.
Jump could come in, but that's also risky. You are cavalry, and rough is not block. No, it doesn't block, but it does everything else. Okay. So you'll still be slowed, so you won't get that first turn, but your lights could go get it. Scavenger could move and strike. So
It looks like Runt is going to want to bring that light up to the CP so he can start bleeding some glory.
Is risky, but I think I'm in a place to, well, it's somewhat risky, but
He's doing it again.
To, command the battle. So let's do it.
Oh my gosh, he's doing it. A little
Why?
Bits.
Oh! Whew. That was
Right.
close.
Perfect.
Runt could take it and hit back.
No, he'd die. He'd die. He only has 2 hits.
Yeah, but that's a half hit. Oh, I see. No,
Good
no,
push,
no.
yeah.
Yep.
And he did not follow up. Oh, why? Okay. Yeah, Jackson's also running into a problem. I know we just switched to Runt's screen. Well, we'll talk about that problem.
I am one with my rifle. I'm not stopping.
Anticipated.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, I had expected Runt to do that.
Ready to kill some heretics.
Yeah, he's got to do something about that center cap point. He just really doesn't have.
Move out.
Oh, really? Interesting.
And they fire on the
And that
jump from there. Let's see.
do they know if they hit alt, they can see line of sight?
To make sure I can swing.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah, for those of you watching at home, the reason we actually have 2 audio channels going, so when Mike and I are talking, Jackson and Runt cannot hear us.
Okay. So that means insertion, you've got to have the same colors and they have to be not activated or the same. Let's see.
Yeah, so Jackson's running into a problem right now. If you look, most of his units on the board are gold. And he's been playing a lot of gold cards, and you'll see his hand, because there's an even distribution of all the colors and suits, he's burned through a lot of his gold command cards. So he's coming down to a hand that's mostly full of silvers, but he doesn't really have a lot of silvers. That's his only silver piece on the board, right?
Oh, look at that. Look at that. That scavenger ran
on
up
both sides.
and tried to punch and nothing happened.
Wow.
Runt said, I am not bugging out. And the
No
lights
weird
get full
cavalry.
dice in terrain, just like the scavengers.
Yes,
But
and
lights
Jackson,
have bug out and take cover.
Love it.
Sure.
yeah, so this is rough for Jackson. He really would have liked to probably do more with his gold units in the middle and on his right. But he's down to that 1 gold card, and it's super scary when you don't have any of one color, because kind of after you can't even react, right? You can't even respond.
Let me play. Okay, so played the 5, used 3 to get the scavenger, and now he's going to bring in what?
All right, we'll get moving.
Oh, another mortar.
War calls
Now he's
us.
got a gold and a silver mortar that can hit both of those cap points. That's a good plan. You can
Double time.
threaten that that light over there a bit with the mortar. Oh, we're bringing in the assault.
Yeah, he just decided to walk it on.
Yeah, he did have the opportunity to get some advanced position, but because all those forward units were gold, he didn't want to bring the assault in and have an assault and 2 brutes on gold.
Somehow I feel the
And then he drew a big
clenching
gold.
of my gut of the opportunity cost of walking them on the field. Insertion strike could have had so many possibilities.
So those heavies right now in the middle of the heavies of runts are in danger because those assaults can now step up and stay in cover and just unload
My ride is my life.
on that heavy unit.
I'm waxing my
Oh,
ride.
Runt plays a big silver card.
Ready to
I mean, but-
ride.
To be fair, they're only unloading white
game
dice. 'cause
Game
it's
of
in
Sivo
cover.
was just
Well, I was saying if the
pretty
assault
much
unloads on the
like
heavy.
years and years and years.
Oh, on the heavy.
Oh, how?
So much whiffing.
How? What are the
Wow.
odds
cool.
of that at this point?
Pretty low.
Oh yeah.
Pretty
Well,
low unless you're runt, because he actually has really bad
Tell
dice.
me the
Former.
odds.
Pretty much in
For
every
real.
It is known.
It is known.
It is known.
Ready for
I
I
aerial
played a lot of
operation.
AV and a lot of
But,
Blood Bowl with him.
In-
That is the
in,
truth.
Pretty much the only way I can win against him is
Ready to
relying
kill
on
some
his bad dice.
heretics.
Yeah. Yeah, because he does have quite the strategic mind.
Get moving. Lay down the
Looking
wall.
at it
There we
Oh,
go.
okay.
Hey, I hit.
Talking.
Oh no, those are regular hits.
Finally can do some damage to you.
Yeah, but he's
Right.
shooting the
Oh, but I can still.
shooting up that jump.
Hide in the
They still
skies.
keep doing their job though.
That's good because that could be a good source of glory
Keeping pressure. Yeah.
because the brutes are really
But,
tough to kill,
We are the Emperor.
but the lights are also,
Yeah,
or sorry, the
Sivo
jumps
was
are also
definitely
expensive
A lot of
and
flailing
easier to kill.
because the odd
We ride for the
recovering
Emperor.
the recollection of
Together
the game,
for the
but
Emperor.
and now
Dominate
starting
the
to have my
skies.
mind wrapped back around the different parts of
Flight
it.
formation.
Starting to actually see things about the game. I actually am appreciating and respecting how many mechanics are existing in the game that I think are
Aw.
well represented.
That's
He
really
says the
nice.
nicest things.
He does.
And actually, it's like with the colors, at least with the 2 distinct colors, it's actually matching towards detachments and Armageddon play rules with the latest version of Armageddon for 40k. At least there's a good analog there. All right.
Or the Emperor.
So Runt has a decent
Advance.
situation here. Let's see. Yeah, there's that shot that I expected to happen, right?
Yep.
And yeah, you probably fall back 2 from there.
Because he
Don't
won't
give
get a
it an
counterattack.
Oh,
Yep. Oh, he's doing it. He's gonna get a counterattack into cover.
No, because he's pinned.
Oh, because he's
surprised he
pinned.
stuck around for him.
Yeah, I'm surprised he held it there.
Don't
Let's see.
Oh, shoot. It's
Oh,
been way too long
because-
since I played.
What caused the pinning?
Womp womp.
Your other unit there. Your jump units. Shoot.
He could bring those jump units
yeah,
over
what
and
caused
hit
the
that
pinning?
brute in the back, which might be a
Oh,
jump
because-
unit.
because you're melee. Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Forgot about
thought
that.
Jackson planned that to take away the counterattack.
I thought he did too.
Swing on these
But no,
fellas.
it was just-
Bug out option.
No, they just forgot a little bit.
it was a happy mistake.
Withdraw.
Forward.
Yes, I will take that spot.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
So glad that
That's
they
leaving it
lost
open
that
for that
thing.
cavalry charge, though.
And I've got
Yeah.
one more
Yeah.
play. Let's at least bring
I
these fellas
stalk
on.
the heretics.
Keep the option to reinforce.
Quickly in shadows.
Yeah, the army comp and deployment didn't favor you.
The heretic cowers in fear. Like the wind.
Oh,
this
that's
is-
Bring the
Look,
Emperor
yeah.
bits.
oof, ugly,
You know, the fact that I can't roll anything.
No, yeah.
which we just discussed.
Evasive maneuvers.
Those brutes. Tremendous damage.
Smash.
Wow.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
no.
12 dice in a row that have just completely missed.
He is having some
Oh.
bad
Yeah, I
dice
lose.
luck.
To be fair, that was a
Yes.
terrible move.
Yes, at 4.
Like even more so than I could have
Aerial
before,
operation.
or would have before. Why can't these
The
things
heretic
move?
cowers in fear.
Because they already moved? Or because he's
Oh,
got...
no, the unit does things below.
Yeah,
it.
he's
Our
gold.
will is the
Okay.
Emperor's.
That's why.
Ready to
These
cruise.
guys, there we go.
There's that cavalry charge I was looking for.
Sweep, sweep, sweep.
Do it! Do it!
Kick it into gear.
Charge! Oh, he's going in from the side.
Cut the enemy down.
So,
Nice.
Hey, I actually hit you.
You don't have
yay!
the option to stay put?
So he does not have the
Because I
option to
did a
stay put. He's
damage
got to fall
push.
back. They've got no damage capability. No damage mitigation. That was a good move. And then he's going to follow up, of course.
Not that it
All
matters.
right.
I lose next
No,
game.
no. But here's a question.
Yeah,
of,
one, and
can-
he's
can
only
I-
got
can I
one
win
glory
by
left, so
killing
he's going to lose.
rather
on the
than
next turn.
anything else. I should imagine so.
Unless he can dislodge
That's-
both of those pieces.
Let's go ham.
Which I don't think he actually can.
Fear on them.
Open fire.
Somehow we still stand. Fight another day.
Ooh.
Mm, Actually doing it.
Yeah, and it's funny because Runt's army would have been pretty viable if there was less terrain.
Eviscerate
Take it back.
The 2 cavalry and the 2 jumps.
Yeah, that's a nice mobile combo, and that's part of the thing. Like that, maps like this really hurt those armies.
Toss
So
them
many
fire.
hits on your dice.
Yeah.
and none on mine.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes
This
I've,
is why we need dice stats,
gotten-
Steve-O.
Yep.
Just so we
nothing
can
or
compare
like
afterwards.
No fails.
Yeah,
Let's
That's just-
see.
crazy.
It is.
Guns are ready.
We have the ability
On
to
call.
move. And
The wolf pack is hungry in speed.
rip.
Yeah, I have no chance. So, well, I literally have no chance. I can't knock you off all 3 points.
Yeah. That's
Yep.
So we'll
Yeah,
go
with all 3 cap points and 1
nuts
glory, you are finished.
Try and kill those brutes just cause.
with- Well, I can't because I can only get 1 unit over there,
Yeah. No.
whichever suit I do.
Mm. Possibly the scavengers.
I'll go with this.
Every terrain impedes.
You have
The
the cavalry
Emperor
attack.
fills my tank.
Try and kill him.
Heads for the
You roll 2
Emperor.
skulls. Oh, no.
And he didn't roll 2 skulls.
Hey, you can take a hit to not move back.
Yeah,
Same place.
Oh, and of course,
Carelessly throws away the lives of his
Of course he
troops just to thumb his nose
just to bloody the cavalry and make him run away.
and do another. Yeah, that was just.
So
Adding
the
insult to injury
randomizer
right there.
seems
I
like it needs some
stalk the
work.
heretics.
Oh.
Expose them with
If it-
Little does Byron
This is-
know,
this
we
is the
actually
exception
coded
that
in
proves the rule.
special logic
That
that
you
if
get
your
all the
name
good
is
dice and
Runt
I get all the bad dice. and
or
that's how it
Byron.
works.
Represent his dice.
Wolf pack
It has to
advance.
be a possibility.
he thinks it's
Defeat.
random. We actually coded it.
Now, if we do
GG.
another one, then the odds of that happening are
Yeah. How many 4
Alright.
dice with no results did I get there?
yes.
At least twice.
I'm switching back to the main
I
chat.
counted 3.
3? Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I counted 3 complete whiffs with that brute.
Yeah, actually, we mentioned in the stream, Byron, that it wasn't actually your luck. We actually added logic into the game that matches usernames, like common
Sure.
usernames used.
Sure. Yep.
That
Yep.
just makes the dice roll terrible if it's that player. So,
I mean, it's a thing. I roll poorly.
yeah, we're trying to represent reality. You know,
You
Gotta
don't
be
even need to
realistic.
program it. It'll just happen naturally.
We also pointed out that in a board with a lot less terrain, like a sane amount of terrain,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
your army would have been a lot more viable.
Sure.
You
Well,
had those 2
and-
cavalry and those 2 jumps, which
Oh,
can seriously do some damage in a
Well, not
know,
only
wide
that
open.
is the terrain was worse on my side of the board than his.
which impeded your moving up.
Which,
and
yeah,
so
and I had
that-
no all-terrain guys, and yeah,
that army comp did not favor you.
that was pretty fast. Do we have time to try and roll another one? Once we get it all hooked up, I think that was only like a 40-minute game, if that.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
If the players have time, I am down.
I don't think I do.
Aw.
Oh.
Sorry.
All right. Well,
Well, Steve-O, you or I could play a game against Jackson.
I want the commentary. You play, and I'll do the commentary.
You play? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's on.
Now he's
Fire
all
it
warmed
up.
up. I'm scared to play him again. Should we? Yeah, great game, both of you. Thank you so much for playing. That was a blast.
GG. All
Good
right.
game,
Let's see
Byron. Thank
here.
you.
I'm firing it up.
And can we restart this as a second Twitch stream?
Zoom handshake across the field. Zoom fist bump.
There you go.
Boom.
Okay. All right, we will be back in a couple minutes with another game, folks. Hang on to your butts.
All right, cool. I will talk to you guys later.
All right.
And,
GG, man. You'll get
game.
better dice and better terrain next